Hello and welcome to This Week Those Books. I'm Rashmi Roshan Lal. The text post this week was on King Charles's visit to Canada, one of the 15 realms of which he's monarch. The royal visit to a country that Donald Trump wants to annex made for an ironic situation. The British sovereign is now being called upon to protect a former colonial possession from those who would start a new round of imperial domination. What it boils down to is this: Canada belongs to the king, so it can't be taken by Trump. But right after the royal visit, Trump said he would give Canada the protection of America's Golden Dome missile defense shield for free if they become the 51st US state. But it would cost $61 billion if Canada decides to remain a separate but unequal nation, to use Trump's words. Remember, Trump first referred to Canada as America's 51st state in December, and Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney has said that King Charles's visit to open the Canadian Parliament showed Canada has a steadfast defender in our sovereign. So this week we looked at an interesting issue in relation to Canada. How much of a protection can the past really be for a country? We noted the new focus on the evolving role of royalty as a soft power foreign policy tool, and we considered the questions being asked about modern Canada's view of its constitutional monarchy. Is the monarchy really a proud symbol of Canadian sovereignty and a heritage distinct from the United States? Or is it an anachronism? We have two books that are exceedingly relevant. The first book is Royal Progress, Canada's Monarchy in the Age of Disruption. It is edited by D. Michael Jackson. It was published in 2020. This is a book of essays which examine the role of the British Crown in Canada from different perspectives. Our second book is The Tenderness of Wolves by Steph Penny. It was published in 2006. It's a debut novel, which is a murder mystery set in colonial era Canada. Now, the post in Canada was one of the very few behind a paywall, so here's what I can tell you about the novel. It's a portrait of the period when the English firm Hudson's Bay Company ruled over a large swath of Canada. Exciting. Worth remembering that Hudson's Bay Company functioned in North America like the East India Company in Asia. Each had a royal charter which granted it monopoly trading rights across a sprawling area that it would eventually govern. And each ceded control of its territory to the British Crown. Incidentally, in 1867, Canada became a dominion or self-governing state of the British Empire, and in 1931, it became independent. If you want to find out more about the books above, please help sustain us by becoming a paying subscriber. And before we go, a reminder: This Week Those Books was created to provide context to the news by linking the big international story to the world of books. We now have nearly 11,000 followers in 122 countries on the Substack app. It's a small operation here at This Week Those Books, and even the smallest bit of reader support matters enormously. If you find TWTB useful, thoughtful, and a conversation starter, please join us on our journey. Sign up. Thanks for listening. Until the next time, bye-bye.